All right, recording. Recording's now. All right, we are ready to go.
Okay. Good afternoon, Mrs. Gordon. Thank you for coming in. Please take a seat.
Thanks.
I am Zeynep Kurt, a solicitor at the firm, and I am going to deal with this matter for you. I understand that you came here to discuss a matter related to breach of contract. Is that correct?
Correct. Yes, I've having issues with suppliers delivering late, a supplier who delivers late, and quality issues with the goods. I'm suffering substantial losses.
Okay, thank you. We will discuss it, but before that, I need to get your contact and personal details. Can you please tell me your full name, your current address, occupation, email, and contact number?
My full name is Amelia Vanessa Gordon. My office is at Unit 4, Waterloo Road, Chiswick.
Yeah, Unit 4. Yeah.
Waterloo Road, Chiswick.
Okay.
Chiswick, London.
Chiswick. Yeah.
Yes, Chiswick, London.
London. Okay, thank you.
My email is bridalcouture@gmail.com.
Sorry, I didn't catch your last word. Bridal
Couture, COUTURE, one word.
COUTER. Yeah, okay. Bridal Couture.
TUR.
Okay, thank you.
At Gmail, yes.
At Gmail.
Yeah.
Okay. Please go on. And what's your occupation?
I am a wedding gown courtier designer. So I make I make and design wedding dresses for very for weddings, you know.
Okay, thank you. And your contact number?
44079
479
00
yeah
123
123
456
456. Okay, thank you. And do you have would you prefer correspondence or to contact by email or phone or in the post?
Any is fine. All three. Any documents you can send me.
Okay.
You can call call my shop whenever something urgent comes up.
Okay, thank you.
I have no preference.
Do you have any original identification and proof of address with you?
Yes, I have it. I have it right here.
Okay. Have a look at. Sorry. Okay, yes. Thank you. And I will check the documents copy and I will give you after the interview the original documents to you. Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll explain why I need to check your identification, because we are regulated by a solicitor regulation authority, and we have to comply with SRA code of conduct and money laundering regulations to prevent any money laundering issue. This applies all clients. I also explain to you what will happen during the interview. I will ask some questions to you understand your matter and your legal position. I may ask you some further questions to clarify things. Then I will record the key information. After that, I will explain the issues and give you some advice. Then I will tell you the next steps to be taken by us and, if necessary, by you. I need to tell you that my charge is £120 per hour. It's hourly basis. I will send a letter to you as soon as possible after our meeting. The letter will include our costs and legal fees with more detail, and our complaint system, what we discussed and we agreed today. Another thing I would like to mention about confidentiality, whatever you tell us, it will accepted confidential. We will not share your information with anyone unless the law imposes us or you consent to disclose it. I would like to get some more information from you so that I can understand the background and
Okay.
the events. Then we can look at your options. We can discuss your options. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay. Please tell me what happened.
Okay, so I've been running this successful wedding gown design and making business for some years. And I met a man at a trade fair in February 2008, who produced a special variety of silk that didn't crease. And he made it in 3 shades: oyster, dawn white, and blush white. This special silk that he made does not crease particularly easily, and that's a big problem with silk as a fabric in general, and with wedding dresses. So I started buying his silk in and the exclusively sourcing it from him for major wedding dresses. So the first order of silk that I made with him, I sent him the required check.
Sorry, I need to get the defendant's name from you.
Oh, it's Marcus Flowers.
Marcus.
Marcus Flowers, Marcus Fisher, I'm sorry.
Okay, Marcus Fisher.
Yes.
Okay.
And the company is called Silk Weaves Limited.
Company.
Yeah.
Silk.
Yes, Silk Weaves Limited. Yes.
Sorry, after silk, the name, what's the name?
Weaves, Silk Weaves Limited.
Okay, Weave Limited. Yeah, I write. Okay, and Marcus Fisher is what's his position in the company?
Managing director.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
And please go on.
Yeah, so the first order that we ordered from him, we sent him the money. We paid on time for everything. Total of £7,500.
Okay.
And when it came, it was the wrong color. It was not oyster, but it was a shade of magnolia. So
I understand the color was not match what you ordered.
correct, yeah.
Okay.
So, and they insist that there was no problem with it, but since the color was off, our client wanted a reduction of £3,000 in the cost of this
Okay,
gown, because the color was not conforming. It did not conform to the sample fabric color that they sent us, that they had sent us, and that we had paid to buy. So
okay.
and another problem with the fabric is because it's a special kind of silk, it's extremely slippery and shiny and difficult to work with, and it requires extra threading. So we kind of have to like spend twice as much time to sew the fabric.
I need to ask you, after first delivery, did you call the Mr. Fisher?
Yes. Well, I didn't talk to Mr. Fisher. I talked to the assistant at Silk Weaves Limited, and they
Okay.
insisted that that the color we ordered was oyster, the color they delivered was oyster, and that they don't make a magnolia color anyway. But the color was not oyster, and
Okay.
the color was more of a magnolia.
And they did not sorry, they didn't solve the problem.
No, not at
And
all.
after that, what happened next?
Well, we did so that the client demanded a reduction of $3,000 on the cost of
Okay.
the gown. And in addition to that, we spent about twice as much man hours, probably about a cost of an extra $2,000 to me in labor costs,
Oh.
to sew with this very difficult
You pay
fabric.
you pay extra money.
Yes.
From
To my
your
seamstresses, yes, to sew, because the fabric is very difficult to work with. So
okay, I understand. And please go on.
so the second delivery was the second order of fabric, which we paid 22,000 pounds, 500 pounds for, was
2,100.
we paid 22,500 pounds for this second delivery of fabric, but
Okay.
and the color was conforming, but there were kinks and faults in the fabric, in the weave itself, which made using it very difficult. You can't, and we had to be very selective in our size, and and I wrote to Marcus a letter on July 31st, 2018, pointing this out and asking for a refund to compensate for all the extra time involved in sorting out the flaws, and nothing came of this. He said there was no reply to the letter. So.
Okay. And you said the second delivery of fabric had some faults in the fabric. Yeah.
There were a lot of faults, like just errors in the weaving, problems with the weaving. Like there's piles and like bunching. It wasn't evenly smooth.
Okay.
It made it very difficult. We had to be very selective. It took many hours to strategically place.
It's quality less than what you ordered. Yeah.
Yeah. And I contacted Mr. Flowers by letter about this, and he never responded. In that exact same.
You try to call him, but you cannot. You couldn't access.
No, I just sent him a letter on July 31st.
Okay.
Yes.
After they delivered their products, then you sent a letter. When you sent letter?
July 31st.
Okay. You said, okay, thank you.
Yes.
And did you continue the trade between?
Yes, I ordered another batch of silk from them that was supposed to be delivered on January 17th, 2019.
Yeah.
This was for, and I told them that this was for Princess Fahira of Jordan and her cousin, who were having a double wedding. So it was a very large order, very important order. And on January 17th, 2019, I received a call from Mr. Fisher, his assistant, saying that they were running behind and that the final delivery would be late. And I was very annoyed. And by January 19th, there was no sign of the fabric. And I called them and there was nothing. They were not there. I called Mr. Fisher on his phone, and the phone was switched off.
Did you pay for the third delivery?
Yes.
How much did you pay?
I believe it was uh, uh, I believe it was 25,000 pounds
25. Yeah. Okay.
for all this silk. And I waited until January 20th with no contact at all from them. And at that point, I flew out to Hong Kong to source silk on my own. I flew out for 1,200 pounds, and I did source some adequate silk for 2,000 pounds a meter, or 2,000 pounds per meter. And I also had to pay a kickback, a fee to the Silk Merchant Society of Hong Kong. So I was out about an additional 25,000 pounds on this dress,
Okay.
just on
Yeah.
costs.
Mhm. And they have they delivered the third parts of the product?
I'm sorry, come again?
Did they deliver the third part of the products?
No, nothing.
Okay, nothing. And
I also
what?
had an extra 4,000 pounds of expenses because the silk was late. I had to pay people overtime to go and sew the dress. So
Okay, I see. I'm sorry to hear that. And did you receive any refund or discount?
no, I have not heard at all from from Mr. Flowers since I placed the order from the third batch of silk.
And uh, I understand you made a contract between, you and on behalf of the company, Marcus Fisher.
Mhm.
And have you any written contract or correspondence, invoice, any agreement?
Yes, he gave us invoices for the first two, and I mailed we mailed an order. We have a written order for the third one. It went in.
Yeah,
You know,
I need to
there's
check.
no
And,
like I don't know of a contract. We have like a circular order sheet.
okay, I need to check. Which your
You're breaking up
pay
pretty badly.
the letter to send the defendant. And as you said, you performed your obligations under the contract.
Yes, we paid everything.
However, they just delivered twice their products to you, but as far as I understand, first product wasn't match what you ordered, and the color was different. Then other products had some faults about the fabric, and it has not satisfactory quality. And I checked your order form because I have you sent us order form when you ordered the products, and you expressly indicate the delivery time and colors and the name of products. However, the defendant, it seems, considering the current situation, the defendant breached the contract, and defendant failed to comply with his obligations, and there are breach of the express terms of the contract.
Mhm.
If we look at the order form. Another thing, defendant also breached implying terms of the contract under the Sale of Goods Act, because this act set out that the product must be has a quality of satisfactory of quality and have to match the sample. Another thing, it must be fit the purpose of the purchase. And as you said, it wasn't fit the purpose of the purchase. And your case seems strong. Likely you can likely your claim will be successful. But I understand you don't want to go to court, and you want to make a settlement to solve your problem, to recover your losses. And at this stage, I have to, at this stage, I should explain to you alternative dispute resolution.
Okay.
Alternative dispute resolution for make a settlement before the without go to the court. Parties can agree, can negotiate their problems together, and sometimes if they cannot reach any agreement by negotiating, they will need some an independent legal advisor. For example, we can start to tell you mediation. If you choose mediation, you and the defendant can appoint, choose an mediator to resolve your problem. Mediator will help you to identify your issues and how you can solve your problems. And it is not binding. Mediator's decision is not binding. But if you agree to make an agreement to mediator's decision bind you, and after your agreement, the mediator's decision will bind you, both of you. It's informal process if we compare with the arbitration or the court proceedings. And most of the cases, there is most success. Success rate is high, and you can solve the problem by going to the mediator. Another arbitration and arbitrator's decision will bind, and arbitration governed by Arbitration Act. It's more formal than mediation, but less formal than the court proceedings. And it is more expensive than mediation, but less expensive than the court's proceedings. Then, if arbitrator decide, you will be bind, and you by ADR you can see your case and what's the strength of the case or weakness of your case, and you can negotiate with other party. And another methods of the ADR is expert determination. The parties can choose the expert, but if there is necessary to establish some technical issues, expert can help and can establish the technical issues, and so you can understand what's the matters, and if whether you can win, you can recover your losses after experts report. But I think in your case, it's not necessary to establish any technical issues, and experts decision is binding for you and other party, but it's not necessary for you. Another thing, another methods of the ADR, meet arbitration. At the beginning, the parties go to the mediator. Then, if their problem is not solved, then they can choose an arbitrator to resolve their problem. But it will take longer, likely to take longer. I recommend you, you can choose the mediation for solve your problem, and it is not formal, and you will be successful, and you can agree with other party by mediators' advice and decision. Another thing, if you decide which methods of the ADR, please let us know, and we can discuss further what we can do. And I need to tell you pre-action protocol before without resort to the court, and we will send a letter to the defendant. The letter will include the facts, view of your version of events, and allegations and losses, what did you lose, and we will establish due to defendant failure, you lost your money, and we will establish, we will inform them your how much you claim for your loss. Another thing, the letter will include the reasonable time to respond to the defendant, and if they agree with you, if they see their failure, they can pay your losses, and if they oppose with your letter, with your allegations, and they have to give their reasons why they oppose, why they dispute your claim with your claim, and after that we can discuss what we should do.
Okay.
And yeah, please provide us the all the correspondence between you and the defendant, and we will check. If you have any further questions.
No.
Okay. And if you have any question after our meeting, please contact me and don't hesitate to contact me. I will happy to assist with you, to assist you for